Yo, CEO Nafis checking in. Y'all tuned in and directed by CEO Nafis. Today I got a special guest. ENess.
You already know. Shout out to Bel Air, man. Black Bottle Boys and all that. Ross, holla at me, you already know.
The show is sponsored by Bel Air. Shout out to Rick Ross. Ross, we appreciate you. For sure. What's up, man? What's going on with you?
Bro. Working.
Appreciate you for coming, man.
Yes, sir. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, man. We got ENess, man, around.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Let's get into it.
Hey, man, listen. First of all, where you from? All that good old stuff. For those who don't know, but it ain't pretty too much people who don't.
Southwest Philly, you know what I'm saying? I grew up on 17th and Edgley, which is North Philly. I went to Duckery, graduated from Prince Hall. My dad lived uptown too, so I'm familiar with all parts of Philly, from north, southwest, southwest, uptown. So I've lived around these parts of Philly my whole life, damn near. Yeah. Going from this to learning the city throughout my childhood has just been regular to me.
Right.
But I spent the most time in Southwest Philly. That's where I met who would later become one of my musical influence, Black Key, by living in the Southwest housing projects called Barton Village Projects.
The Ville.
Yeah, the Ville. Yeah.
Shout out to the Ville.
Yes, sir.
You grew up in the Ville. You had your mom and your dad in there?
Yeah, they was separated, but they was married. My mom and dad was married ever since I was maybe 6 years old. They got married in 83, 84. They was married all the way up until his demise a year ago. He died December 28th, 2022.
Man.
Yeah, so it's been a year since he's been gone. Yeah.
You was close to your pop?
We had it was a rough relationship. My pop was alcoholic, and my mother dealt with drug abuse. They both got themselves together, and I mean, a lot of people don't stay married to things like that, but at the time of his death, they still was married. So, you know what I'm saying? Shit, you know what I mean? Coming up from the hood and being from the projects. And my dad actually had a good job. He worked for the National Park Service. So he went to the Navy, and then when he come home from the Navy, he actually did a good job working for the city. But, he had a problem with alcoholism, and him and my mom used to get into it, but they was married, and they loved each other, and when they was together, they was together, and when they wasn't, they wasn't. So I had a pretty good upbringing. You know what I mean? Our family was really heavy in the church. So I was one of those kids that used to go to church Monday through Sunday.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Monday through Sunday. Yeah. Damn. He lived in the church.
He lived in the church. So, we come from a Christian family. My grandmother, which was Episcopalian, she actually passed right before I made the show. They always instill, morals into me, do your schoolwork. So that led to me going to one of the top schools in Philadelphia. So I was really smart at a young age. So I took the test to go to Central High School, which is like a top academic school in Philadelphia. And Bill Cosby actually went there, DJ Drama of the, now world famous affiliates, and Bill Cosby, Cassidy also. So we all alumni from Central High School, very top academic school. We had to take a test in there. So I was living in the Ville. So Central High School is on the other side of town, uptown Philadelphia, which is more like middle, upper class family. So I would have to get up early in the morning to be able to get on school on time, because my commute is almost like an hour from where I lived in Southwest Philadelphia. Yeah. So, that played a part in, how I dealt with my schoolwork and shit like that, because I had to do my shit and then get up at early time when it was still dark outside to be able to get on school on time.
Right.
So those things help my work ethic. And although I'm only saying this because a lot of these things is what shaped me to survive in the music industry. Being punctual, getting up at a certain time, being there on school. These same things apply when you have to, have to do things in the music industry. Being up at a certain time, being on time for interviews or morning shows, radio station.
You definitely was here on time today.
So yeah,
6 o'clock on the nose.
Yeah, for sure. So I champion things like that. Being punctual, it goes a long way in this game. And anything, being punctual.
So I noticed one thing. You said your dad was an alcoholic. And your mom was, what kind of drugs your mom was on?
My mom was on crack cocaine. She a recovering addict.
That's a crazy mix.
Yeah.
Alcoholics, that's a different type of drug.
Yeah.
Like arguing, cursing you out.
Yeah.
With the Rams and all that.
On top of the drug abuse, my mother had mental illness, bipolar, and we didn't know it because it wasn't like medicine is not like how it is now, where they up on certain shit like that, like mental health. It's real big now in the black community. Back then, when my mom was kind of like before she was diagnosed with it, we didn't know what it was. We just thought she was a crazy black woman. You know what I'm saying?
Like we think they all is,
yeah, right? So, you know what I mean? She was diagnosed with bipolarism probably like, you know, in the early part of my life. And then we start understanding a lot of things that I was going through coming up, being an adolescent, coming from the inner city.
Right.
You know what I mean? A one-parent home, even though my mom and dad were still married, but they've been separated my whole childhood.
Right.
Mainly. You know what I'm saying? So that been the thing.
What was the Ville like growing up, Bartram Village? Like, was it together?
It was like watching New Jack City. Have you ever seen the movie New Jack City where the capsules is in the street?
Yeah.
Empty capsules of crack and all that. That's how Bartram Village was.
You know,
it was like that.
The Ville is one project that's really still standing.
Yeah, actually it is. A lot of the projects like Blumberg, Richard Allen, they've been condemned and refurbished into, you know what I mean, the newer kind of like modern type of housing facilities. But Bartram Village is one of the maybe one of the oldest project housing complexes in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And we made YouTube for like almost like top 5 dangerous projects in Pennsylvania, I think.
I never really seen Bartram Village as like a dangerous project. I know it was.
It used to be a bunker for military. That's what it started off being.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, and then John Bartram, which was a botanist, he ended up having a house and doing a lot of botany or scientific work back near the Schuylkill. So they made that whole area almost like historical grounds.
Right.
Where John Bartram lived. He studied botany, plants, and that things of nature. He had farm animals and had a farm and all types of shit back there. But yeah, that facility, actually the Bartram Village Housing Projects, was a military facility where they housed military.
It's crazy because like every
the way the buildings is built, you could kind of see that.
Yeah, and it's like how many? What is it? It's one way in. It's one way. No, it's two ways in Bartram Village, right?
It's 2 ways. It's the 57th Street entrance and it's 54th Street entrance.
And it's like one way out, right?
Yeah, once you go on the 54th entrance, it used to be back in when I moved there back, which was back in '87. I was 10 years old.
I was born. That's when I was born.
Wow.
'87.
So it used to be. You can enter in 54th Street and go out to 57th Street with. Now they closed it down, and then made it to where is no street. It's just straight
blocked off.
Yeah, blocked off.
Bartram Gardens. I remember going there as a school. Yeah. Bartram Gardens.
It's still back there.
Still back there.
That is connection with John Bartram and part of his historical ground. They still have actually John Bartram's house back there.
Whoa,
that's crazy.
I went back there when I was like.
I used to work there for Phila Job. Yeah. So that's how I came familiar with the grounds and shit back there. Phila Job is like a little summer job that they gave the kids from the inner city so they would stay out of trouble during the summer months when kids wasn't in school. Yeah.
You know what's crazy? As we like a lot of youngers don't even really know. Like a lot of stuff has history to it.
For sure.
You don't know. We repping blocks and we repping this.
Phila Job, the old conference around here, around the corner from University. Remember they used to have the powerhouses there back in the day? Yeah, because I went to John Bartram. I got kicked out of Central because I was like credit short, getting in trouble, fighting. So I put the whole project mentality up to the suburbs.
Yeah.
So I was in there fighting, robbing people, doing all types of nut shit I wasn't supposed to. So I ended up doing my last year in Bartram High School. I never really officially graduated from Central. So I did 4 years in Central and they got kicked out my last year because I was short, maybe a credit and a half or half a credit. And they had to repeat my 12th grade year in Bartram. So I was like, got left back actually my 12th grade year.
When you start rapping, how old was you?
14.
Wow.
because I met Black Key. Black Key was a producer from the neighborhood, which had equipment. And then he helped me, develop me as an artist, counting bars, writing choruses, bridges, really constructing songs.
Yeah.
So when I start, working with him, closely with him, that's when we started doing talent shows, and we formed a group called the Bum Rush. And then we start, performing as a collective in a group. Then as time went on, my mother didn't want me to be in a group because my grades start slipping. Mm-hmm. So then I was extracted out of the group, and that's when I became solo.
You rapping at 14?
14.
And when you was young, did you ever knew you was gonna be a rapper? Or
when a guy in my building by the name of Colonel, he lived on the 3rd floor. We lived on the 1st floor. Mm-hmm. He was writing music with the youngsters. They was his related to him. LG, Lawrence Goodman, LG the teacher, Karan, I forgot shit. But it was a long time ago. But yeah, he used to write music for them. So I would tap in with him, in between him and Black Key. That's where I got my musical prowess from, learning how to write songs from my man Kern, which was writing music for the youngsters at the time, and Black Key, which was like an actual beat producer and also a rapper and a writer. Right.
Okay. So in your days of living in the Southwest, when you start gaining traction after you got with Black Key at 14?
Yeah, at 14. So he, like I said, they was all older than me, so they was already a group. So we started recording music as a collective, because I was in a group with a guy called Dreon Dilla, which goes by the name called Dreon Dilla. So it was like almost like a Wu-Tang before Wu-Tang became popular. It was like little mini groups inside one big group. So like you had Major Figures, you had Dutch and Spade, you had Chops and Rucky, you had Ab was a solo, then you had Gilly as a solo, Bianca as a solo. So that's kind of like what the Bum Rush was. So I was already in a group, and then we was all dope, so we decided to be one collective group, what was called the Bum Rush. But me and Dre Deep was called Headstrong. So
when I heard of something, right, and I don't know how true this is, but I heard when you got signed, we're going to get into that. Okay. When you got signed and stuff like that. But is it true that you put out way too long without Puffy consent, and he was mad at that?
No, that wasn't true. What happened was, it was supposed to be the second single for the band album. But when they stopped coming to meetings and missing flights and stuff, the whole album was scrapped. We were supposed to get a second advance, a second budget. So at that time, Puff didn't think we had a song as a group collectively to come out as the official second single for our second album. Okay. So being that he liked It My Hood so much, that's when he put the ad-libs on it and made it into the song that we all hear today. Because it was supposed to be the official first record off the band's second album. Yeah. Because you could notice I didn't have a single song on the first album. Chopper was the only person that had a song by himself. We did a solo record. Yeah, I did a solo record. Him, Puffy's kind of paying homage back to me for missing out for having a solo record. The first album was making me the lead single for the second album.
How your deal come about? Like, give me that one too. Like, what happened from the start to the finish?
Black Key was my producer. Black Key was doing music with Miss Jade. Miss Jade was signed to Timbaland's Beat Club imprint at the time.
Shout out to Miss Jade.
My guy Man was managing Roscoe, P. Cochain. Shout out to Roscoe. And was managing Miss Jade at the time. And also I think Ab Lava, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But that's how I met them. And through that alliance, I started going around doing promo with Miss Jade. She was promoting her song with Nelly Furtado, the Ring Ching Ching song.
What about that Ring Ching Ching?
Yeah, that song. That ring, ding, so she took me with her to go promote a song up on 100.9 at the time. Yeah. Jay Black was the program director. I freestyled. He took a liking to me. We exchanged info, and he always kind of kept me in the mix to whatever was going on. Right. Making the band just decided to do the show with 103.9 instead of Power 99 from the city. Okay. So when they got the call, Jay Black called me like, yo, Puff is getting with us to do the whole making the band and come down and audition. The rest is history. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So did you go down there knowing you was going?
No, I actually went auditioned twice. The first time the line was wrapped around the corner. I think it was at the club called the 5 Spot, which was in like what you call it? That part of the city where Club Cebu and all that. Old City.
Okay.
Old City. So it was a club down Old City where we all auditioned. We auditioned. Only got 30 seconds to spit. Got up there, said my name, said where I was from.
You remember the rap you spit?
I forgot it. Then they was like, next.
Right.
Boom. Forgot about it. Then, you know, they picked who they was gonna pick, and then I don't know if you followed it as much as a lot of other people did.
I did.
They picked who they was gonna pick, and then Puff didn't think that he had enough talent to move forward with the competition.
So he did it again.
So he did it all again.
Yeah, I remember.
I re-auditioned again, and that's when I got picked to be on the callback list to audition in front of Puff in New York. I did it. I auditioned actually twice. And the second time, I spit the rap that I spit on the Star DVD. Fish scale had your block on tilt. The butter in the bins, the color of chocolate milk, rims, deep dish, spend half your life. And it looked like I'm riding on Saturn, that joint. So that was the rhyme that I spit. They put me on the callback list. And then I was in Redden at the time with my cousin. He had got a new crib out there, a little apartment. We was out there celebrating, smoking. I got the call. I was supposed to be in New York at 11 a.m. I didn't leave till 2 p.m. that day. Got there like 3 hours late. Got out the car, told my cousin to park the car, walked past everybody, walked up to the door, said my name, and then they pulled me straight from the street into the line to rap for Diddy. I fell into a bunch of equipment and all of that.
Damn.
Because of the anxiety. Yeah, I was like fucking going through it, trying to memorize what I was going to say. I didn't know if they was going to remember the rap that I spit for them in Philly. I was trying to think of a rap to say, so I went to another rap. Back when Mac made moves with Puff, I was on the back block making moves with stuff, so I just start brainstorming, thinking what raps that I had with Puff name in it, Craig Mack name, anybody from Bad Boy that would get that type of attention that I was looking for while auditioning.
You was nervous?
Nervous as fuck. I end up falling into a bunch of equipment, like a keyboard, a drum set, a mic stand, a guitar, all that shit. I fell into all that shit. But that anger from falling was what fueled me to have a good audition. So I got up mad, like, fuck that. I'm from Philly, because I'm already thinking they ain't gonna want somebody that fell into a bunch of equipment. I'm already costing the money right there. And I ain't even make the group. Got up, start spitting. They made me sweat it out. They called like 30 other motherfuckers before they called my name.
Damn, so you thinking they ain't
fucking with me. I'm like, damn, they ain't fucking with me. I fell, they ain't fucking with me.
Damn.
And I ended up to be the first one picked for the group out of 40,000 contestants there. Yeah.
Congratulations.
So I went from being late, falling, all the shit that had happened, all the disastrous, chaotic shit that can happen to you, to winning.
That's why people need to understand, man. Like
being picked first,
you gotta keep going and you don't give up. Even if
for sure.
They ain't gonna go through.
Because used to people say I wasn't. You know what I mean? I didn't have a look. I was ugly. I didn't rap the street dope boy type of shit that everybody was rapping at the time.
Right.
The Jay-Z, the Locks.
They said you was ugly.
Yeah, they was saying a lot of shit, man.
Damn.
This was niggas. This was niggas. It wasn't so much the women, it was niggas.
Calling you ugly.
Yeah, like, yo, nigga, you ugly, you ain't gonna never make it. You think you hotter than this person, and I always
said Big was ugly.
I always stood by my talent. Yeah, I think I am good enough to make it.
Yeah.
And I stuck
That's
with
what
it.
I always liked about you, though, your confidence.
Yeah, I stuck with it. Yeah,
for real, I always liked your confidence. You know, you shine when you walk in the room.
No, for sure. You got to. Because, you know what I mean, I learned early on, not having traditional good looks build a lot of character. So I would have to do a lot to compensate for not just being eye candy, or what they would say, call eye candy. So that's where my whole animation, my whole style came from.
Yeah.
Putting on a show.
Right.
To take your mind off the fact that I didn't look like LL Cool J or this one or that one, Mace or this one. Like, damn, the nigga is actually talented and putting on a show in front of us. Well, how can we not fuck with it?
Right.
So that's where my whole style came from, being challenged early on to not having traditional good looks that the industry would deem good looking and marketable. I don't like to use the term good looking. I just say marketable.
Right.
I just say marketable.
Your mom was a warrior?
That plays a part a lot of it. The way you look, the way you carry yourself, a lot of these labels, that plays a big part on it. When you have a women fan base, you know what I'm saying? Now that they didn't work the whole LGBTQ into the thing, they got to be like you also because they buy records and come to your shows, absolutely, just like anybody else can. So
human, just like everybody else.
So like you really gotta really not, you know what I mean? That's why niggas don't shout out too many racial slurs or type shit because all these people spend money at the end of the day.
Yeah,
how the gays, the buys.
How you feel about the record business though? Like how you like?
I think they are pushing an agenda, and then I think it's people like, you know what I'm saying, that I know as close to me that, you know what I mean, are in that life, and they're just regular folk, and you know what I mean. A lot of people get a bad rep for it because of the ones they do highlight.
Right.
And I got people, you know what I mean, close to me that are gay, that are bi. You know what I mean? And they just regular, honest, living folk. You know what I'm saying? They work, they come home, they got their partner, they chill, they don't bother nobody, they don't try to force themselves on people, and they just regular folk. They just have a, you know what I mean, a different sexual preference than a heterosexual male or female.
In our city of Philadelphia, right, there's a lot of shit going on, right? I just watched something came through my feed. And, you know the show $1 Million Worth of Game?
For sure.
The guy on there said something about the band, and he was talking about he didn't know who you was.
Yeah, the boy Drewski.
What type of shit is that?
So yeah, Drewski.
I'm gonna tell you something real quick. When you think of ness, when you think of the band,
right?
Automatically, I think of Ness.
Right.
Automatically, it's no way you can know the band and don't know Ness. It's no way.
No,
I'm not trying to say everybody else who was involved didn't make noise. But come on, Ness was like the Beanie Siegel estate property.
No, for sure.
You understand?
No, for sure. I was like the spearhead.
What you say about that?
Dean was the leader. No, Drewski is. It's funny that Drewski don't know who I am because he referenced.
He got him. I don't give a fuck with nobody.
He referenced. He referenced on another platform when I'm not going. You know what I'm saying? He referenced on another platform that he was inspired by making the band. He was on $1 Million Worth of Game. Shout out to Wallow. Shout out to Gil. They really stood by it. They stood on business, repping the city and all that. Kind of let him know. But one of his inspirations was making the band American Idol. So that's where he get his kind of like his idea for doing the Could Have Been records. Whatever he was doing with that thing.
Right.
Parody, the little skits he be doing with that. And he goes on another platform and said, yeah, I really was inspired by making the band. And the shit I do with my Could Have Been records is really like a spinoff of making the band. So like what Dave Chappelle did in his show when he did a parody with Making the Band.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm in both those things. So for you to tell somebody that you don't know who ENess is, when I'm in the parody and also the real life Making the Band series, for you to not know who I am, it's cool, but that's okay. Other thing I was trying to say is, Drewski, you ain't start popping till like 2019. Maybe 2018. A little bit before, if I'm not mistaken, a little bit before or during the pandemic. I've been freestyling since before the pandemic started. I've went viral. I've had 1 million views on my Cosmic Care freestyle, 1 million views on certain rap challenges, 1 million views on like a bunch of shit. So for you not to know who I am, it's just weird, but
we're not giving them no butts, man.
He's a comedian, and I get it, but do your research, Drewski. Do your research. Do your research, buddy. Matter of fact, have me come on Could Have Been records, and I'll make your contestants go on an infamous cheesecake run for my own, because I'm my own cheesecake owner now. I own my own business, ENess Cheesecake. So I turn lemons into lemonade. So I'm come up on your joint and be one of the motherfuckers that judge and send motherfuckers on diabolical motherfucking types of what you call it, fear factor tests and all that type of shit to get record deal. And one of them, the test is gonna be making them walk 6 miles to get my motherfucking cheesecake. ENess
I'm tired of us, ENess. I'm tired of us like
the narrative, the cheesecake narrative.
No. I like what you did with that.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, you can't give a fuck about what nobody think about nothing, because at the end of the day, people always want to talk. So
they ain't gonna give a fuck. The same motherfuckers that said they wouldn't did it, Willa did it. There's motherfuckers out here doing this shit for less.
Absolutely.
Motherfuckers out here hustling for a motherfucker. They only got a couple pounds of weed.
Absolutely.
That's walking for cheesecake.
Absolutely.
You working for UPS, you working for cheesecake. You work for McDonald's, you work for cheesecake. You work for anything that you don't work for yourself, where you don't make the hours and you don't dictate what's going on. They walk for cheesecake.
Let me tell these people something, man. I mean,
these walk for cheesecake every day. They just don't understand it. They do it every day.
At the end of the day, it wasn't like it was something around it.
They was trying to make us do worse shit than that. Walking for cheesecake was the lesser of all evils. It was walking for cheesecake. People don't understand. They make such a big thing about this, and I want to address this for once and for all. Walking for cheesecake was equivalent to being hazed and joining a fraternity in a college setting. It's the same thing. Mm-hmm. They make you do the same type shit when you join a fraternity or you're pledging for a certain fraternity. It's the same shit. It's called a hazing process.
Yeah.
You watch the movie School Days, one of Spike Lee's most innovative movies about the college life, black HBCU college life. Mm-hmm. Hazing. Mm-hmm. It's in Greek mythology, is in a lot of things. When you go to a job, you have to go through orientation or your probationary period until you pass on into being regular motherfucker with regular benefits and shit like that. It's the same thing. People just in hip hop is deemed unworthy to be talked down upon or treated in a certain manner when all these things is going on in everyday life.
Right.
Everyday life. Everyday life. Military, whether you work a job, when you work at Starbucks, if you don't know how to work the Starbucks, somebody had to teach you. You have to go through a training process.
Absolutely.
Same thing. Training process, hazing process, the same shit.
So what's, I want to get into the media too, right?
For sure.
You think about this, what do you think about the industry as a whole?
I know
you keep it
I think Philly is rich in music. We always been boxing, DJing, mm-hmm. football, basketball, MCing, dancing. We always had a heavy presence in all of these areas. B-Hop, Meek Mills, Beans, Jill Scott, Music Soul Child, Bilal, mm-hmm. Family Kendrick.
Absolutely.
Patti LaBelle. Gamble and Huff, Philly International. Mm-hmm. Like, we made some of the most classical music of our time.
Absolutely. What's the one who played the drums with the big fro?
Oh, Questlove. The Roots. Black Thought. Eve. Grammy Award winner. Yeah. Will Smith boycotted the Grammys earlier on in his career. Mm-hmm. One of the most sought after movie stars, blockbuster, if not one of, the biggest. Will Smith. Like, we have rich ties in pop culture as far as anything entertainment got to do with it.
So what do you feel like as the whole industry, like especially as of right now? I know
the city of brotherly love is really the opposite. It's a city of brotherly hate. You know what I mean? Everybody, even if you make it out, there's only the countdown to when you won't have it or you'll be broke again.
So what's the keys of making it in the music industry? Say if I'm a rapper, I'm trying to make it. What's the keys? Like, do you just get
to empower people? Empower people.
How do you get to that level?
Having money is good, and investing your money is good, mm-hmm. but you only will be measured about how much people you affected through your opportunity and what they made out of their lives. Mm-hmm. That's how your name will live past when you and your kids are both in the ground.
Right. Because
the stories will pass through time. Yo, your dad got his start from A, B, C, Y, D doing X, Y, Z.
Is the game genuine? Is the game genuine though? Like, is the game?
It's not. It's all of immediate reward thing. It seems like sometimes people do things for you to go on record saying, yeah, he did that for me. It's not how it used to be coming up in the 80s where I really fell in love with hip hop, where you just do shit genuinely to do it. And whatever blessings come from that, come from that.
Yeah.
It's the almost immediate reward. Get online and tell people, yeah, I mean, I didn't block your blessings, or I introduced you to my plug so you become what you always wanted to become.
Damn, that's crazy. So back in the day, it was a little genuine. You did stuff. It
was more genuine.
It was the creativity of it.
And it was always an unwritten rule. If somebody helped you and you did surpass them or get to that level of success, nobody had to force you to tell people who helped get you there. It was just automatic. Now it was like almost pulling teeth. Like, it's like corny to say somebody helped you. And it's corny for the world to find out that somebody was instrumental in your success. It's like, why you gonna get up there and say that? Like, if you really meant it, you just would have kept it to yourself. Damn. Everybody looking for that immediate gratification, and it's just crazy.
Damn.
But the state of Philly always gonna be what it is, even though we the top dogs, the top spitters, the top boxers, DJs, break dancers. There's always gonna be that separation because
why though? Why? I need to hear from
these things that we can't change that was put in place way before we got here, with the Jim Crow laws and the Willie Lynch shit. Put the dark-skinned nigga against the light-skinned nigga, the peasy-head nigga against the curly-haired nigga, the tall nigga against the short nigga, the light-skinned, you know what I mean? It's just what it is. And we fall for the banana in the tailpipe every time. It's up to us to stand up and recognize these problems and come together as a unit. And that's when only we'll be able to make a change in the culture. Right now, everybody just want to get their bag, run it up and shit on the next man, and it's keeping us down when we do the most talented artists in the game come from Philadelphia.
As an OG, how you feel about what's going on with Meek right now?
Meek,
I need to hear it from Ness, from ENess. I'm talking about in the whole, like, how you feel about, is all this shit going on in the media?
Meek is successful.
Talk about
but
it.
Nobody stays on top forever. And Meek has, you know what I mean, made a lane for himself. He's gonna have diehard fans. And with the social media and the way the internet is ran, you know what I mean, once you be at the top for so long, people only, you know what I mean, it's to a point where they want to see you fall so they can lift you back up again. And that's the uncomfortable space that we got into hip hop, is to push you up till you get up there, wait till you do something that we don't like, then bash you, then you lose it all, then we help you get it again.
Right.
And I think Meek has survived that.
Absolutely.
And haven't went through, you know what I mean, those times where he always hit rock bottom. And I think he's done well with his opportunity, and, you know what I mean, he just don't owe nobody nothing. And whoever he helped, whoever he touched, then, you know, they should be grateful for that. But, you know what I mean, Philly was never the market for 2 or 3 or 4 artists to be successfully coexisting at the same time.
We need to change it, though.
We need to change it.
We need to change it.
I just think a lot of responsibility to be put on one artist because he is successful, and we need to make other people, you know what I'm saying, empower, put them in position so it just won't be him all the time.
What do you think about this academic shit with Dean and Pop? What's his name?
Poundside Pop.
Poundside Pop.
Academic.
Going back and forth. It's like us as a city. This is my opinion. Us as a city, it's so easy for someone to.
I could get up here and be political, but
fuck the political shit.
To be honest, man, that shit just don't really. That shit.
Why? Well, this is what I want to ask you though. Our city, it's so easy for somebody to come from the outside.
That's what I was about to say.
Fight. Why? What the fuck? Like, you know,
that's what I was about to say.
Why though?
I don't know. It's been like that from the beginning of the time. A lot of outside energies are able to come here and make the people that's already here, you know what I mean, go at it. Whether it been Drake with Meek and Ab, or Act with the Poundside Pop, and this shit that's going on right now. And we gotta be a little bit smarter to recognize that, and kind of like keep those energies out and kind of deal with it internally. Yeah. Before we let outside sources come in and interrupt the balance that's already been put in place here.
You've been in the industry a long time.
Yeah.
And is that whole industry with them doors, is it real? Ness, I'm telling you, Ness.
Them doors is real. I wouldn't be here sitting talking to you if them doors wasn't real. But see, they know who to play with. They know who to play with.
Wait, what you mean you wouldn't be sitting here talking?
I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you, meaning I would be somewhere with the elite, the higher ups, doing whatever they doing.
Damn.
No disrespect to you or this platform, but
I understand. I get it.
At a certain level, they don't want you to talk about certain things.
So what's
be on certain platforms?
What's some of the craziest things you heard in the industry?
I mean, of course, the Baphomet, the gay rituals, the same-sex shit.
Is that real?
I mean, yes. In some cases, it is real.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, you have to have something to leverage And most of the times, talent that's coming from the inner city don't have a lot to leverage.
So pure talent don't
So
exist.
their leverage be their bodies as a vessel.
So pure talent doesn't exist in the entertainment world?
In some cases, in some special cases, people that beat the odds, but no, it's all political, it's all paid for, it's all a network of people that kind of closely stick together. And, you know what I mean, once one person accepts you, then you kind of get passed on to the other people that's in that network of people.
So you mean to tell me to get on a higher level, you have to sacrifice some things? That's real.
Yeah. Whether it be, I mean, a religious sacrifice, a physical sacrifice, or monetary sacrifice.
Dang.
Meaning giving up all your rights, your publishing, your merchandising, or, you know what I'm saying, doing, you know what I mean, whatever type of act that you wouldn't, compromising yourself. I'm gonna just put it like that. Compromising your morals that you came into the game
Basically
with.
letting a nigga fuck you.
Letting a nigga, you know what I mean, fuck you. Letting a nigga take your publishing. Letting a nigga take your fucking merchandising. Letting a nigga do whatever, you know what I'm saying? But like I'm saying, when you come from the inner city, you have no leverage. So it's easy to say no to you know what I mean, no opportunity. But when somebody's putting $1 million contracts in your face and saying you're gonna be on world tours, it's hard to turn down these things. And you gotta be really self-aware and self-confident that you can do it by yourself without all these energies.
So give me a plain example of the other side sitting in your face. What's some of the things that's being said like an opportunity? If I give you this for this, would you do this?
Well,
give me the blanks. It's ness, man.
No, well, see, people they promise you stuff.
Like what? What for what? Like, I'll make sure you get a Grammy.
Yeah,
but you gotta let me. You gotta let me
shit
fuck
like that.
That shit true?
Shit like that. Shit like that.
Is you fucking serious?
For sure. You gotta give up. So
that's why you sitting with me.
You gotta get. You gotta give up something. How bad did you want it? That's the name of the game. How bad do you want it? We don't give a fuck how talented you is, because we could put somebody through acting classes, get them a fucking personal trainer, a nutritionist, make them sound how we want them to sound. We have all the money. We're holding all the cards.
You got big offers. Did you get big offers?
You know, I didn't get big offers because I was with one of the most notorious and shrewd businessmen in the game. And people like to tend to stay away from because of his business acumen.
Did he ever give you an offer that you said?
I never got an offer. They know who to come to. They know who to come to. The whole process of elimination starts from the video shoots and the photo shoots. So you're in there, you're getting style, you're getting your hair cut, you're getting your hair braided, and that's when they send the people that's, you know what I'm saying, compromise in there to see who.
Can they test?
Yeah, who to try.
And you got bald head, so they ain't never come rub on your head? And
none of that. None of that. I didn't even, my skin was so good I didn't even get makeup. I didn't get foundation or none of that.
Yeah.
They did slight shit to me.
So you
like that, you don't even need no shit. Your skin good. We just do this to you and you're all right. So I never had to sit through the process of makeup and hair like the other members of my group would have to.
So you mean so
I wouldn't have a lot of times around the guys that was gay or bi, because I was in and out. Take my shit off. I'm outside smoking weed or chilling or doing some other shit.
So sacrificing and all that stuff is real.
Yeah, it's real. You have to give up something. I wish the Illuminati would approach me. I would have sacrificed a lot of niggas. Yeah. A lot of niggas that were so-called friends of mine.
Yeah.
If they'd have told me, yo, you gotta sacrifice niggas.
You would have been had 100.
Yo, these two niggas, get them out of there.
Yeah.
So they should have just, Illuminati, you gotta start talking to niggas.
Yeah.
Yo, what do you want? Do you want the cheeks? Give up the cheeks? Do you want to sacrifice niggas? Do you want to give up most of your rights for your music? So it should be like almost like a fucking, it should be like an A, B, C, D. Which one you want to give up?
So they,
because if they would have came to me, I'd have been like, nah, I ain't doing the cheeks. Nah, I'm not giving up my publishing and shit. Yeah. But sacrifice, I got a lot of niggas I want to sacrifice.
Get them out of here.
Get them out of there.
He in the way anyway.
He in the way anyway. No good. Fake friend, get him out of there.
Damn.
Make it like an accident.
So what's the #1 sacrifice in that game? The cheeks?
The cheeks. Because the cheeks is a higher form of concentration for them. When they take your cheeks, it's like them taking your manhood and making them more man than you because they took your cheeks.
It's like a psychological.
It's like, yo, I took a young nigga's ass. I fucked him, so he not more man than me.
So you,
because I took his manhood. So what makes him more man than me? I fucked his ass. That's how they feel it. They're like, I took your soul from you. I took your whole, whatever you are, I took that from you. So that makes my, whatever I got me more stronger because I took your innocence from you.
Damn. So you couldn't drive that Rolls Royce and have that big old house knowing that a man took your man.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
You'll sleep on the fucking floor at the Ville.
No, I'm just not gonna do it. Some people just built differently. I don't want it that bad. I like music, but not that bad. I love music. I put it over a lot of things. I'm not pulling over somebody putting a dick in or anywhere around me or in me or anywhere near me. I'm just not built like that. I was born in the late 70s. Like I was born to a man's man. Right. I wasn't born to a questionable nigga. And my mother come from a strong family where she was the firstborn and she had to,
morals.
Yeah, she had to take care of all her brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
My grandmother had her at a young age. My grandmother had my mother at 15. So my grandmother was a teenage mother. So then that made my mother the head of the household because actually my grandmother was still a kid at the time.
Right.
With a kid.
So that
leadership role came from my mother being the leader of my other aunts and uncles.
Puff ever took you shopping?
Nah. But Puff get a lot of bad rap, but he's helped a lot of people. Mm-hmm. I mean, but Puff's so big, subconsciously he doesn't know that he hurts people because he's so big. Mm-hmm. So a lot of little people get hurt because he only can deal with shit that is on a certain level.
Absolutely.
Like he only can deal with $100,000 questions, not $10,000 questions.
Yep.
To keep his shit running like it's supposed to. Mm-hmm. So even if Ness would have went quadruple platinum, it would have put in a dent in P. Diddy's fucking bank account because he's off doing $100 million deals.
So you saying it's up there?
Me going diamond is not
happy. I'm platinum.
Yeah,
he like nigga.
You just starting, and that's just that's good. You starting,
right? That's good for you.
So I would have that kind of conversations with him, like, yo, my hood is the #1 song in Philly. I'm doing my thing, and he'd be like, yeah, you started. You ain't do your thing yet. You started.
Was you around when Diddy was dating Cassie?
Yeah, I was there.
Keep it real.
I didn't see that in the shit that came out. I didn't. He kept her away from us. Okay. And when she was around, she was quiet. She was quiet. She wasn't really social with us.
Yeah.
So. I don't believe none of this shit until my fucking footage come out and we get to see this shit.
And be biased. I know you love Puff.
I'm not being biased. I talked to Puff before and after. Like right before the allegations, I just went in Coney Island. Him and his son, both his sons, Justin. Like I was there when they was kids, when they was little boys. Yeah. I've been there since 2000. Yeah. I mean, too. Mm-hmm. They in their 20s now. Justin is 30. You know what I'm saying? I've known them since they was 9. Mm-hmm. And Justin was like a baby. And you know what I mean? Christian since he was baby and Justin since he was a young adolescent. Before he started playing football
for
UCLA.
Who was Puff in the hole? Like in the hole?
Yeah, Scorpio like me. He loved women. He loved have sex, loved party. He loved getting on.
He loved men too, though, they say.
I don't know. I never seen that part. Anytime I was around, he had females around. I'm not taking up for him. Nobody's pressing me to do this. Nobody's paid me to talk like this.
You sure?
I'm talking about what I seen.
You sure?
I've never seen no homosexual acts when I've been around. I've never seen it. When I used to be around Puff, we used to be on a tour bus. Mm-hmm. He used to fly bitches in. Now, I do know he has a preference. He likes. He likes Oriental women. So Cassie, the chick that he got, shit like that, he likes like
women.
Oriental women.
I know you in it.
I know that for sure. That part I seen.
I know you ness. I know you real. But you ain't never seen nothing with Puff at all.
Nothing. I've never seen it. Yeah, we hear shit.
So what about?
I've heard about the same shit we all heard about. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers walking in on them when shit. I've never seen it. We all heard the stories. I've never been around Puff and felt that I was in a position to where I felt uncomfortable sexually, like he was trying.
Coming on. All right, let me ask you.
Never.
Let me ask you this.
Never.
And keep it real. I'm gonna ask you this, and I'm just doing my job.
No, for sure.
He ain't never say no Paul shit to you.
Never said no Paul shit to me. Never asked me to never asked me to take me shopping.
Daddy.
Me and Cicero was fucking with gang. We was down in Atlanta. We was going to the vibe.
He never called you daddy?
Never called me daddy. I was around him, Usher, Idris Elba, fucking Tony from Girlfriends. We was all in the same trailer. When Usher was shooting that So Caught Up shit, when he did the deluxe with the he had the fighting and all that shit in there. Album. That Confessions album. Yeah. I was over there with Puff when he was recording that shit with Dre and Vidal. Dre and Vidal's from the city. They from Philly. They did almost every song on that album.
You mean it?
I was around Puff in close quarters. He never tried me.
You could get so.
He never tried me. He never tried me.
You could so you could get so big in the industry and make somebody that mad that's more powerful than you that they can come out to destroy you.
Yeah, it's a smear campaign. Yes. And that's what's happening with Puff, is a smear campaign. And what they usually do is they go to your personal habits. So they start attacking your personal habits, your girlfriends, your exes, and then they try to find something to attack you through those vessels. And that's what they did. The shit they do in the Puff is a classic rollout that they did to a lot of people. Yeah. Bill Cosby, all the Mikes, Mike Tyson, Mike Jackson, Michael Jordan. They did it to all of us.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
R. Kelly, Bill, Prince.
Yeah.
M. Tyson, M. Jordan, M. Jackson. Mm-hmm. It's the same rollout every time. You don't do what they say. They busy. They did it to Kanye last year.
What'd they do to Kanye?
They shut his shit down.
Why you think they did that?
They shut his shit down because he made the anti-Semitist remarks about the Jews. And the Jews run the media. They run newspaper, they run the internet, they run TV and film in Hollywood.
So basically with TV and film, you could paint the picture.
There's no way you're going to get on their platforms with dissing them, saying anything slandering that religious or that race of people. You're going to run into a fucking brick wall. They own it. They own media. Any of the internet, what we doing right now, podcasting, internet, TV, radio, all that. They own it.
Yeah.
And what he did was pay the ultimate price. He sacrificed a lot of money and a lot of opportunities that was there for him to show people that they're running shit. They running shit.
And they basically spanked his ass.
Yeah. That was his punishment for, you know what I'm saying, speaking out against.
So you think you would be way further if you went through that other door?
Yeah.
Because I really want the youngins.
Yeah, if I really would have went through that door and gave up, you know what I'm saying?
Speaking what?
My body and this shit, I would be way further. We wouldn't even have to be having this conversation right now.
You'd be somewhere
elite to Hollywood with Kim Kardashian. Yeah, just like, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like Nori said, is they give you an option. It's not they force themselves on you. They sit down, they probe you, they watch you, they see your mannerisms, your characteristics, they know how to attack it. Mm-hmm. Your weaknesses. You like the bitches and you go crazy over the bitches, they send the bitches at you. Then after you get comfortable with the bitches, then a nigga might be coming through the door. And then that's how they massage that with you. They send all the bitches you can fuck, and then after you done, all right, nigga, you done fuck all the bitches. Like,
all the bad.
Then a nigga come in like, yo, what's up? You be like, all right, well, I done fucked all the bad bitches. Damn. Or they start having group sex, and then you start sword fighting with niggas that you don't like. You like, how the fuck I end up here? I just had 2 bitches. Now it's 2 bitches and a nigga. Now it's 2 bitches and 2 niggas. You like, that's just how it happened. That's how they work it on you.
But you got the Rolls Royce and the cars and all.
Yeah, the Rolls Royce don't.
House, all that.
It hit different when you know you had a dick in your ass or a dick in your mouth. That's why I didn't want to get to that point where, yeah, those material things feel good, but it doesn't feel good when I know what I had to do to get it.
Compromise your morals.
Yeah, I don't want to have the big Rolls Royce and have all the drip in the big car, but of a nigga walking around saying he put his dick in my mouth or fuck me. Nah, that's just, I don't want that. I don't feel good as a man knowing that. I just don't. Some people might be susceptible to it because they don't want to go feel broke or go back to being broke or never want that feeling again. But I'd rather take being broke and having been uncompromised over the feeling of having and being able to you know what I'm saying, had material success.
The gay allegations against Meek Mills, you the OG of the city. What do you feel about that? Do it hurt you?
I don't personally think Meek is gay, but I just personally think when you start detach yourself from the system,
they'll do anything.
It's a smear campaign because you're not being compliant with the system. So I don't think Meek is gay, but what I do think is him part ways with the majors and becoming.
Think about that. That's
independent.
Talk about that.
Competition, and they don't want you making the money. They'd rather you sign up with them and make money for them instead of making money on your own.
Think about that.
So it's a smear campaign.
Since he separated from the majors, we're gonna kill you. That way you don't get nothing because you used this for all these years. We're rocking with you.
Smear campaign.
Are you gonna say fuck us?
Meek Mills is going through the same smear campaign that Diddy has been going through for the past 6 months, that Kanye was going through.
Why not put them together and smear them together, right?
That's what they do.
So you don't think it's a possibility?
Meek is resilient enough to get through it, and Puff, no matter how much they drag him, he's a billionaire. So even if they take 200 M's, he's still going to land on 700 M's. That's still a lot of money, a lot of influence, a lot of impact. And a lot of revenge he can get when the smoke all clears, when he ready to spin the block on all these niggas that been speaking out against him. I know that for a fact.
For a fact?
He's going to spin the block on niggas.
Puff a gangster?
I mean, yeah. I mean, to what I've seen. Yeah. I ain't talking about this shit I haven't seen. I'm talking about me being in close quarters with him, niggas trying to press him, the shit he say, and how he carry it.
Yeah.
Now, other people might have different stories with Puff. I'm talking about when I was with him, I seen him stand tall, see him stand on business. And I haven't seen him shaken by a certain group of niggas that people would thought he would be shaken by, which is the street element.
If you could say something, if you could say anything to, just as the OG to Meek, because the reason why I'm speaking on it, because there's so much in the media about that. Like the day I looked at my phone, I see them arguing.
Yeah.
If you could say anything to him about, because you on the opposite side of things. If you could say,
I would say if anything, if I could do anything, I just wouldn't say anything. But it's fucked up because it worked for Jay-Z. Jay-Z never responded to anything.
You're right. You're right. You're right. He never ever responded. He just worked.
He just worked.
Yeah.
So it's a slippery slope. You know why I say that? Because now not responding is like almost admitting to what they're saying.
Damn.
That's the way the climate, internet, the way social media has been directed. It's like if you don't say anything, the nigga's gonna continue playing with your name. And that's what Meek going through right now. They force him to respond when, you know what I mean? If you would have let it maybe slide maybe another day and a half, niggas wouldn't have been saying anything.
Right.
Because the shelf life for everything is so fast.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers, it'd be a scandal. Then you be like, oh shit, such and such happened. And then they like, all right, cool, that happened. Then the next scandal. Lil Baby was seen with somebody and it's not Jada.
Right.
Then they be talking about that.
Right.
Then they back to Meek. Then they back to Puff. Then they about to Kevin Gates. Then they on Yo Gotti. Then he on Academic. Then he on Whack 100.
Yeah.
Then he on Big U. Then he on Gilly. Then he on Wallow. Then he on Joe Buttons. It's you. Back in my day, you would have to rock out with a whole album for 6 months until you start thinking about another album coming out or another project. Now, album out, video out, it didn't sell, it's sold, it's lit, it's on, it's turned, it's not, next. Shelf life is so microwavable. Everything is so fast paced now. The way we receive music, the way we enjoy it, the way we celebrate it, and the way we get rid of it and get on to the next thing. You know what I mean? Drake probably think he couldn't survive the Adonis allegations. He then went on to put 21 Savage on, revive Dirk's career, give an alley-oop to Sexy Red when probably at that time he didn't think he would overcome that. Like, damn, they hit me with that one.
Yeah.
Shit, niggas is tripping.
That shit came.
And look, it came and went. Now he done did 8 things after that.
Absolutely.
And niggas like, yo, he's still the guy.
How you feel? How you feel about Young Thug's situation?
I think the price to pay. I think the price to pay when you don't give up your cheeks is go to jail. That's why I don't think Meek is gay. I think niggas tried to play with. I think Meek didn't do all the other shit, and that was his debt to be in that world.
Motherfuckers gonna say. Some people gonna say.
I think Thug, this is his punishment for not joining whatever other shit he didn't want to do. I think the price you pay is being incarcerated and having to see what come on the other side of that. Wind up Millie. Tory Lanez. Meek Mill, Young Thug. And now they going after the Yo Gotti.
So you basically saying Yo Gotti got to make a decision.
You got to make a decision. They don't let him operate.
This is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they don't let him operate so long. He got successful artists under his imprint.
They showing you. I'm giving you everything, brother.
Giving you everything. Like Cat said, that comes with the deal. The self-destruct button. They make you when they ready to push that button. They pull a plug on you, and then it comes with the bag.
So nobody never offered you no money to fuck you or nothing like that?
Never. They don't even have to play with me because they won't have to kill me because I'm going to expose it. So instead of killing me, they just let you fizzle out and then go back to obscurity.
Damn.
But with the help of the social media, I found a new life because people going to like what they like, and you could be blackballed and people can keep you out of certain platforms and off certain networks and alliances with people, but people gonna like what they want and they gonna pay what they want, even if the whole industry is saying we don't fuck with this nigga. If 1 million motherfuckers is fucking with it and liking it and streaming the music and downloading the music and watching and following Instagram and buying the merch, there's nothing you can do. It's already is making money. So that has lowered over the years. The amount of influence and impact the higher ups has weakened. It's still there, but people just like what they want to like, and that's the beauty of the internet. It can make a somebody and a nobody overnight. It can turn a nobody into somebody overnight.
So this shit real. So basically, you telling me somebody who's seasoned and been in the game and been around the biggest of the biggest, you telling me all that shit is real?
All that shit is real.
Damn.
All that shit is real. Believe every bit of it. It's only up to what you're willing to give up. Cheeks, sacrifice, or you're publishing and all your rights to your music. You gotta make it. You gotta make a decision.
So everybody who's on a high level,
anybody you see that's lit made one of them sacrifices, or they gave up their freedom.
But you said only a few slipped through the cracks.
There's a few, and those few they just don't give a fuck. They know they uncontrollable. They know they untamable. Like Kodak Black, NBA Youngboy. They live by a different code. They just don't give a fuck. Whether they get locked up, shot, in the shit with niggas, indicted, they gonna be around. It's the balance, it's the yin and the yang. As many people, devil got an army, God got an army. You know what I'm saying? So both these armies is fighting continuously. Same shit in the music business, same shit in the NBA, same shit as the NFL. You got your angel on this side of your shoulder, you got the devil on this side of the shoulder. It's just up to you what energy you going
deal with.
Damn,
that's crazy.
Yeah, but it's real, man. If you're gonna give up your cheeks, you're gonna give up your rights to your music, or you're gonna sacrifice something. And usually, the niggas that do all three is the niggas that you see is the superstars.
Damn.
Yeah, it's called same sex. Like all these people are.
Is that, you don't think that shit's sick though?
Yeah, but look at the people that's already openly, with the shit. The people like Wanda Sykes.
Yeah.
Queen Latifah. They married to women. And you see how, when you with the shit, it's hard to make somebody compromise when you're already with the shit. I already like girls. I played a lesbian on Set It Off. In my real life, I fuck with women. Same thing with Missy Elliott. Why Missy Elliott ain't never get married? Why Queen Latifah never get married or being with a man? MC Light, and these all dope females. And I'm not bashing them, I'm just telling you, when you with it, it's a little bit easier for you navigate through that world a little bit smoother than somebody that is not susceptible to having sex with the same sex.
So what do you say about the straight women that's buzzing though?
They gave up some shit. They had to suck some dick. They had to do some shit. They had to give up some type of shit. Look at Tierra Marie. She was supposed to be where Rihanna at. But something went wrong and she didn't pan out like Rihanna did. They was both on the same shit. They had Jay backing them. One went to the top and one didn't. You gotta think about it. What did that one do that that one didn't?
Is blackball real?
Blackball is so real.
There was a situation with Gunna. They said Gunna was messing with Rihanna. Gunna said...
Yeah, Gunna is like one of the only guys in fucking history that I've seen. The internet seen him be questioned on shit about criminal activities, and he...
No, I was talking about Chris.
Oh, that off you talking about thugging him.
But talk about, stay right there. What about that Gunna?
I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird energy out here. I never seen somebody go in front of the whole world and answer the questions he answered and still have a successful career after those allegations. Because something like that was released 6ix9ine, but he's not popping in the US no more.
Gunna got locked.
Gunna got locked up. We seen what he said when he was questioned about certain things about the indictment and came home off of it. And his song is more lit than Lil Baby's song is. Like, he's been more celebrated than Lil Baby is, and Lil Baby didn't get indicted or go through any of that process. And Gunna is now being celebrated more than the Lil Baby is right now. Like, niggas making blogs saying Lil Baby is through, and Lil Marlo is my blood cousin. The nigga that got Lil Baby in the game is my blood cousin, Lil Marlo, Lil Rudy. That's my blood cousin from Atlanta. So somebody from my family is the one who persuaded and kind of talked Lil Baby into getting in the game. So without somebody from my family, we wouldn't know how hot or how talented Lil Baby was. He convinced and almost like coerced Lil Baby into taking music seriously. Lil Marlo, rest in peace, Lil Marlo.
Rest in peace, Lil Marlo. You got your cheesecake business.
Got my cheesecake business. It's doing well, but there's a lot of things that go with cheesecake. This is food industry. You gotta have insurance in case somebody gets sick. You gotta have a designated place where you mass produce the product. L&I gotta come out and inspect your place. A lot of little rips and drafts that go with the food business, but in all, it's becoming profitable. The awareness is growing. A lot of people did a lot of promo with it. Shouts out to Diddy. He did a whole commercial for me last year in Coney Island.
What made Diddy do a commercial for you, though?
Because he fucked with me heavy.
No, I'm just fucking with you.
He fucked with me heavy.
Yeah.
He fucked with me heavy. Story about that, like, you know what I mean, I had paid DJ Self to come DJ one of my parties during the pandemic. And he was kind of like my liaison to through that endeavor. We built a rapport. So you know what I mean, whenever he's, you know what I mean, doing his shit, he always give me the heads up. So the year before was 50. So they doing these parties out in Coney Island every summer with different big artists. So the year before was 50. 50 embraced me, showed me love. Then you know what I'm saying, the following year was with Diddy. DJ Self was the DJ to the event. So I was denied access into the event because niggas didn't know when me and Diddy was. Because, you know, Fred had came out and said some shit. So it was around that time. So niggas wasn't giving me.
Fred, is he crazy?
No, Fred, my man, we did some music and shit.
A lot of don't got no filter.
No, he don't.
He don't have no filter.
And they don't like people like that. Because it's a form, it's a testament that they can't be controlled. Yeah. So they would keep people like him out the way because they can't control what he say. They don't know what he's going to say. It's not that he's a bad dude. It's that he speaks from the heart. And
How y'all wound up fighting that day?
It's because they was putting us against each other. They was telling him stuff I was saying about him that wasn't true, and then they was telling him stuff that I was saying. So, and when we see each other, we'd be.
Did you get paid from your music career?
Yeah, we got paid $1,400 a week for 13 weeks every season. So we had 3 seasons. We had the first season where we tried out, second season where we got picked, and the third season where we went on tour and did the album came out.
That shit was going to your account every week.
Every week, and then we got $500 per diem. So we made like roughly $2,000 per week off the show every time we did an episode. So $2,000 for 13 weeks. You added up.
That was $8,000.
26,000.
Yeah, that was $8,000 a month.
Yeah,
that was good money. You were sending out money home to moms and all that?
Yeah, all that type of shit.
I used to watch that.
I was actually, so Philly is close to New York, so I would actually come home when we had downtime. And that was a lot of the things that made people kind of like felt a little disdain towards me because other people in the group didn't live as close as I did.
Right.
So like Chopper lived in New Orleans. He couldn't go fly home.
Yeah.
Fred was in Miami. Sarah was in Detroit, and then Babs and Dylan was from New York, so they was already home. So it was like, I'll be able to go to Philly, party, go to the after hours, turn up, fuck the bitches, and then be back in New York by the time we had to do something. And then that would make people like, damn, nigga, you were home? I had to be in this hotel by myself all fucking weekend.
So you and Dylan is actually tight?
Yeah, we tight.
That was a little, people think because you fight, you got to be enemies. No,
people always try to put it together, but you gotta understand, recording reality TV, they take away all outside,
all the good stuff,
shit. So
yeah, they gotta make a.
We in there. It's just like if us, you know what I'm saying, me, you, and Tony here for about a week, we gonna start getting irritated with one another because we occupying the same space and we not getting no outside influence.
Right.
We can't talk to outside people on the same phone. We don't got our own personal phones, and so we constantly in the same building, in the same living space. Is going to naturally cause friction.
You will forever go down in history. You definitely was an inspiration in my life. For real, like I really used to tune into the show. And, you know, it was a good time. Like I honestly thought that you was going to be the biggest.
I thought so too, but
when my hood came out,
but see what happened was, a lot of people think
was playing that joint.
A lot of people think that I fucked my opportunity up by putting out my hood. My hood was almost didn't happen. Cosmic Kev was watching the show. This I can tell you, everything is for a reason. They actually played my hood on the TV show. It was almost like a half of a record. They actually had Fred on the original version. And I did a verse, Fred did a verse, and it was, seems like I've been, that whole hook chorus part. They played a little bit of it on the actual TV show. Kev was watching the show one day and asked for that record. I went and got the record. Kev was only playing my verse and the chorus. And then about time we was recording for the actual second album that the band was, then we got disbanded. And then so they were supposed to make that song the first single off the second album. So when the whole album got scrapped, I just took the song that was ready.
You know it was a hit?
Yeah. I took that song that was ready. They had it ready for Bad Boy. They come out on Bad Boy. So they had the Puff ad-libs and all the bells and whistles on it. So I took that final version and just gave it to Kev. And then Kev started playing, and then it blew up from there.
So when you see all the allegations and all that, it make you feel some type of way?
Yeah, because it's like, you know what I mean, I battle rap. So when I battled recently, I battled Geechee Gotti. So Geechee really has a certain way of turning, you know what I mean, current events.
Right.
Using it away against his opponents. So being that Puff's been an algorithm for all these essay allegations and all that, he made the whole round about the sexual allegations. And even though I'm not implicating none of that, it just resonated with the crowd. People went crazy for it because of Diddy's name being an algorithm. Right. It was like when he loses, I lose. When he win, I kind of lose because people like, he's winning and he ain't take you with him. But they don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Right. That we still connected and still communicate.
You ever wrote for Puff? You ever wrote? I mean,
Yeah, I wrote on a
Did you write?
I wrote on a Press Play album. It's called Diddy Rock. It was a song with Sean and Twista.
Yeah.
Actually, I recorded it on Star Island. You know what I mean? Shit, the infamous Star Island in Miami where he lives at, or one of his properties is at. And we recorded that probably like the same amount of time that it took people, Lil Riders talking about recording this whole The Love album and shit. We took the same time, like a year. And I ended up doing some writing on Press Play, which is the Diddy Rock album, which was also picked up for Burger King commercial, and it was recently in the Men in Black 4. So I did one verse and received 4 checks for one verse.
Right.
It was on the album. It got picked for Burger King commercial. It was licenses for some other thing, and then it was recently in the Men in Black 4, the international version, John.
When the last time, what's your first name again?
Yeah, my real name, Lloyd. They used to call me L for short, and my man, rest in peace, Dirt Dog, long live Dirt Dog, he just nicknamed me ENess. Yeah. That's what we got, ENess. My real name was Lloyd. People called me L. He called me ENess.
When the last time Lloyd cried?
My dad died a year ago.
That's the last time you cried?
Yeah. Do
you have any kids?
Yeah, good. My dad, I'm also a junior. My dad name was Lloyd also.
Oh, so you Lloyd Jr.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any kids?
I got 3.
3 kids?
Yeah, 20, 18, and 10.
Dang, you got 20-year-old.
Yeah. I had my first on the show. That was my firstborn on the show.
Oh.
Her name's Kaya Mathis. She's 20-year-old. She graduated. No kids. High school graduate. She's Muslim. She took a Shahada. Respectable.
How daddyhood feel?
Huh?
How I feel being a dad?
It's weird.
Very weird.
It's weird.
I'm with you.
It's weird.
So, 20 years old. So you ever talk to your 20-year-old about sex?
No.
It's hard.
My 20-year-old is a female, so it's hard talking to a female
very hard.
about sex.
It's very,
I know she's of the world to know what to do and not to do, but there's some things that you cannot,
Let me tell you what I do. This is what I do. I like, I indirect talk.
Yeah, I do too.
That's my best shit. Like,
I do too.
I be like, man, niggas out here got AIDS. They got niggas out here fuck anything. I indirect talk.
That ain't gonna stop them though.
Yeah, they gonna do what they want to do.
They're gonna do what they want to do. The best thing you can do is instill in them whatever is in you.
Yeah.
So they can make a better judgment.
Right.
Because it's all about when it come down to that decision. What you going to do? You gonna remember what your dad said, or you gonna let your emotions and hormones get the best of you?
What's one of Ness' flaws? Like,
I care too much. I care too much.
Yeah.
I care too much, and then one of my biggest flaws is I care too much, and then I care too much when I stop caring and people say I'm selfish. Then I get back.
Make you care again. That shit's fucked up.
That shit crazy.
The heart.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
But I stopped fighting it. Maybe this is what God gave me as my burden.
Right.
Everybody has their burden. Some people their burden may be drugs or dealing with drug abuse or alcoholism. Some people may be, buying shit that they can't afford, spending money before they get it, spending money on retail. Some people just like being fighters and always fighting people with being physical because that's their only talent. Some people are thinkers. Some people are stylists. They just love their appearance, so they just put everything in their appearance, how they look, their hair, their skin, their body, being in shape, their clothes. Some people just like cars, like fuck everything. I just like car. My car is my vessel.
Everything, yeah.
Some people just like stockpiling guns. Like, I love a gun. Yeah. That's all I want to do. I want to have it. I want to hold it. I want to. So everybody has their own, I would say, pet peeve. Mine is music. That's my Achilles heel. That's where I get to. It's therapy for me when I want to talk about issues I can't talk about. You know what I mean? Dealing with my children, dealing with my significant other. You know what I mean? Dealing with my family, my parents' drug abuse and alcohol abuse. Is music. Music is the way that I deal with
your significant other. That's a lot for us. I feel like a lot.
It's a lot. You gotta be with special different women to deal with somebody in the entertainment business. There's always going to be women around. You got to be confident in yourself. I like a woman that's already self-sufficient. I already have her own motion, already have it going things on that supports me and my dreams. So I can therefore support her and her dreams. But somebody that's always watching social media, watching your stories, seeing where you at, seeing what girls you post up with, seeing who likes, who comment, following them in the inbox. I don't like females like that. That's just too much. You have to be confident in yourself to where, I mean, I'm doing the shit that you doing to me, I'm doing it to you.
Right.
Yo, who commented on this junk? Who that? You know this person?
Right.
I see this person keep popping up on your comment. Let me come to you before you start trolling and trying to, you know what I mean, bid on me.
You ever, what's one star in the game you've been like starstruck about? Like, damn, I seen such.
I met Jay like 4 or 5 times through Puff, like 4 or 5 times. So, you know what I mean, that was the only person I was really starstruck. Like, you know what I mean, the people that in my life that was iconic to me, that I was like bigger than life, they all passed before I got into the game.
Okay.
Big, Pop, MJ.
Yeah.
Not MJ. MJ died 2009, but I didn't meet MJ.
Right.
But like that was like a person like superstar to Ness to me at that point in my life. I'm like, and I didn't get to meet these people.
Right.
Before they timely demise. So
you said your youngest child is how old?
10.
10.
I have two daughters and one son. My son is a genius. He get all straight A's. He go to a private school. I have to pay tuition.
Yeah.
To keep him in school.
That's what's up.
And you know, he's going through that phase right now. This is his last year. This is senior prom. He's graduating. So that we're in that kind of that moment in that mode where he's picking out where he want to go to school, where he want to do his life.
He got lotion in his room yet?
Yeah.
Damn, he got that lotion. You know that lotion. You like, why is this lotion sitting? Why is the lotion sitting over there?
Yeah, but I used to do it a lot. I still masturbate. I can fuck a bitch and masturbate right after. She leave right out. I still get one off.
What's that about?
I don't know why. Men horny as shit. It's like we filled up with cum to the point where it's like we always got to be fucking with it every step of the way. I could bust 2 nuts.
Yeah.
Bitch can clean me right out, get me right out of there. Soon as she leave and get in the car, I'm fucking with it.
Yeah. And
I don't know why. That's just the way some people built.
When you see that lotion on your son nightstand, you already know.
My son is a Virgo though. Virgos is real complacent.
That boy right there.
They don't let you see a lot of the shit they do.
Yeah.
So I never walked into my sunroom seen it.
Yeah. But you know,
as being an adolescent boy, I know it's something.
You know what's going on. That boy right there, Virgo.
Are you a Virgo, Tone?
That boy.
They real laid back. They real complacent.
Yeah.
They don't really show you too much, and they are carers. Because my son, he's a Mandela. He's the Mandela of the.
For sure.
So if you crying or you don't have, or he got $10 for lunch, he'll give you 5 because he don't want you to see you without.
Right.
That's how my son is. Mm-hmm. And to a point, that's how I used to be until people start taking advantage of me. And I'm like, well, I give you my 5, and then when you get 10, and then I need it, you like, man.
Right.
And that's when I start being on my shit. Like, all right.
What's your son?
I'm a Scorpio.
I'm a Pisces. Big game. You know, Scorpio Pisces is game.
Water sign.
You already know what's up.
Water sign.
For sure. We just give too much, and we.
Most of my baby moms is Leos. I don't know what's the traction between Leos and Scorpios, or Scorpios and Sagittariuses. So that's.
Leos is like aggressive
as shit.
Yeah.
They had like a male type of characteristic to them. Very dominant.
Very dominant. Every Leo I know is the same.
When you have a kid with a female Leo, she really like you. You have conquered her. You have won her over because they don't let a lot of people into that position.
They'll say fuck you and be done with you.
And be done with you.
Yeah. So how old are you now?
46. I'll be 47 in November. Been in the game since 2022. I mean, it's game 2002.
You ever gonna get this shit up, Ness?
Never.
Do you ever feel like fuck this shit?
No. Even when only been on my bad days when I say I'm about to, and we do have days like that. But you know what I mean, I've always go back to this Jay-Z interview that I seen, and he said, if you find your talent that God gave you, It's not to become rich or successful, become a billionaire, none of that. Yeah, that's good. That's good shit. But the ultimate goal into life is to find your talent and live your life through that.
Right.
So me, by actually stopping and not rapping or writing, doing anything that's, you know what I mean, connected to music is really a sin. Being able to play basketball, not play basketball, do some other shit, cool, is really a sin because you're really, really bypassing the tools that was given to you to take care of yourself and your family. So not rapping is like Tyson not boxing or Jordan not dunking or Steph Curry not shooting threes. It's like almost symbolic with your whole existence.
You ever seen somebody in the studio?
Because when we born, we not nothing. I had to teach myself how to rap. I didn't just come out rapping.
So you don't think
I had to teach myself.
You don't think nobody born with this?
You are born.
Listen.
You are born with, you can be a natural.
I think people born
but you have to hone.
I think LeBron was born with a gift. I think Stephen Curry was born. I think ENess. Listen, Ness, when you rap.
But this is what I'm saying. When you in the military, are you born a killer? You have to be taught.
I believe it's born killers.
You had to be taught. You had to be trained.
I think people born
You're not nothing. You didn't born. You wasn't born killing nobody.
I think people.
You had to go through certain shit to where you had to be put into certain circumstances and conditions.
I think something in your soul. I think people are born gay. There's no way.
I don't think so.
Let me tell you why I think people born like that.
So.
You know, back in the day when you was gay, they used to say, they used to put you in a mental.